Hello everyone, as I always tell you, welcome to today. My voice is so husky, and if you don't love it, it's up to you. I love it. I have some cough, but it's not COVID. So thank you so much for tuning in. When you're on the remedy, when you're on the TV, you're home, and we love you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please go and subscribe. Share with your friends. Let them watch this. Now, these days I've become a singer that I don't understand. We're talking about relationships day in and out, and today it's another beautiful episode. We're talking about relationships then and now. I'm not alone, so please stay tuned. In the next, I'm coming in with Julie.
You're watching Ayit TV, empowering you.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Remedy. We're talking about relationships then and now. Jules, welcome. I called you Julie before.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone calls me, the others call me Jules, the others call me Julie. So it's fine, Juliana. It's okay.
Juliana.
Yeah.
So, welcome back.
I know, I've been here like a million times.
Yeah, whenever you're here, we're talking about serious issues. Even now, we're talking about relationships.
I'm super excited to be here with you again. You look lovely. What have you been feeding on? Who has been taking care of you?
A lot of nice things.
All right. So what are we rolling with today?
We're talking about relationships then and now.
How different they are.
How different they are. The relationships back then. Now let's first talk about the qualities of relationships back then. Like, there is just the weather setting and also the culture. If you're like an African, our culture used to defined many things back then were defined. Like, you don't do according to how you think it should be done. It's already defined.
Yes.
In relationships. Okay. What do you think?
So I think the culture defined us differently, which had its good side and its bad side also. Or most especially when it comes to the girl child. I think for me that in the culture kind of did not consider the girl child so much then, which was not good because we were given the last seat, we're not given the front seat that we should be. However, it also had its good times. It has its advantages. You see, like when we speak about relationships then were much better compared to today in terms of so many
How
things.
were they much better?
See, but also not. It has an improvement or an upgrade, yeah? So what happens is then a woman was a woman. This is how the relationship was designed, the African way. A woman would sit home and they take care of her from the word underwear to lotion to food.
People used to wear underwear.
I don't know, but I'm assuming. They used to wear underwear.
So going to like back then.
So they would wear underwear, but at least the undergarments they would wear. Before they would wear half plates, then they were called half plates, yeah? So I'm sure the husband would buy from underwear, which is an half plate, to dresses, to bras, to food, to everything in the house. A job of an African woman then, or a wife then at home, would to be sit home and wait what the husband brings, regardless of what she wants. She had no say. Or the husband would actually provide. If you would find a good husband. Then husbands were good, I think. Our fathers were very good because they would provide for our mothers thing they ever wanted in their homes.
Yeah, I think it used to be seen as a responsibility. Most of the time, first of all, choices were made for you. You would not choose
that was not good.
No, it wasn't.
No,
you would not choose a husband. Like, you grow up and you already know the family you're going to get married to because your parents have defined you're going to get married
so and so son, yes.
So even some other cultures they used to do, maybe if you're not a virgin, someone else is going to check if your wife that brought is a virgin.
No, you would actually check. No, a lot of cultures, even my culture. So they would, on your wedding day, it would be a must. Your husband has to check you.
How was it?
So your husband, in terms of having sex, your husband would have to check you on your wedding day. Did she come a virgin or she had something before?
Yeah.
So it's in my culture, it happens a lot. And so even the other clan members and old women, they would wait to see the blood stain on the bed sheet. Yeah. It was like the real deal.
Yeah.
But then that's normal.
But then, okay. First of all, I feel like somehow it was not fair because every man was allowed to marry more than one wife.
Yes.
And which of those wives were all supposed to be virgins before they come into the
That's
house.
the selfish bit of it.
Yeah,
I know.
in our culture, Mom Chiga Bella, they even used to carry you're coming from the well and they just carry you home and you're now married. They
Lift you. In my language, they say kuchimba, kuchiriza ni nyango. So they would kuchiriza you from the well.
And when you reach home, you know you're now married.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be a virgin. I
know, it's so sad. It's that the African culture, the side of it that I told you was unfair to the women, because there were norms that a lady should be a virgin, but a man, they don't care if you're a virgin or not. It is okay. If you have 4, you can still marry another virgin. It's like King Muswata and the whole culture. That's the African culture. However, it still had its good side where a man was responsible. Men of this generation are not the irresponsible men of these young men here we are seeing on the streets, the ones we are seeing in bars, the ones we're seeing in these corporate places, banks, they're very irresponsible. I do not know who raised them. I do not know who's raising this generation. But we are losing it. We're losing the other touch of men being responsible.
We're losing a touch for both men and women.
Yes, we are also losing our side. Yeah, obviously.
Those days, the men had no other choice but to take care of you. Do you know why? Because you have no say.
Was that fair that you don't have a say?
No, it wasn't fair, but the little they do, you feel like it is too much because you don't know what else a man can do.
See, let me tell you, me having a say doesn't mean I should not get what I deserve.
I feel like men those days created a space that was favoring them more than favoring the women. And also because women were not like so many, okay, you find a man has a compound full of wives under him, like the privileges. How many privileges does that man have to offer to all the women to feel comfortable?
And they could actually offer them everyone whatever everyone deserves.
Yeah, because land was there and everything. But right now,
but also think maybe also think what we should say. Maybe also us women then were not demanding like we are. They did not know what they want then.
Yeah, they did not know.
Yes, that's the right word. Now the woman of today knows what she wants.
You cannot demand what you don't know. Until
you just accept what they have given you. That was the deal. But it was unfair. Now the women we have lost both sides. The man of now has become very irresponsible. Why? This is what they're going to say. Until you say women emancipation, you're also working. So he's dropping everything he's supposed to be doing for a woman because a woman is a working class woman. Let her provide also. That is being irresponsible. Me being emancipated and being a working class woman doesn't take away the other fact that you're a man and you need to take care of you're
behind.
Exactly. You need to take care of your kingdom. You need to be responsible. You need to own up to your, as they're going to say on air, you need to own up to your things, You need to own up to your responsibility as a man. It doesn't take that away from you because you have a working class woman, because she earns probably more than you. That doesn't take that away from you.
No, it doesn't.
Men of these days, they actually pull out. We are the ones running families. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but also women, I don't want to attack men so much on this show today.
But me, I'm pro women, so I will attack anything. I will speak it the way it is.
It is very okay. So I'm going to go in a short break and come back and attack everyone. So thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned, just in a heartbeat.
You're watching a Hit TV, empowering you.
Welcome back. You're still on the remedy. We're still talking about relationships then and now. You're still with Jenny and Jules. I got it right now.
You did well.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, so we're talking about, the first one we talked about relationships there. So what is happening in relationships nowadays? With the emancipation, I'm a woman, I'm a feminist, you're a proud one, I don't fight it. Whoever thinks it's a bad thing, it's up to you, but I think even men are supposed to be feminists.
I think people who find it disturbing are the ones who do not know how to define what the feminist is. Yes.
That is not what brought us today, but what is happening in relationships nowadays?
I don't know. I must say, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and was saying, is there a kind of demon that is making rounds in relationships.
Relationships,
I
yeah.
know. You know, like someone marries today and after 6 months or even 3 months, the marriage is no more or they are falling out. And you realize that a lot of people, a lot of young girls or maybe even men prefer to stay alone
Yeah.
or probably be single mothers because they feel like relationships that part has lost it. It doesn't add up anymore.
I think one thing we need to embrace is that reality, life right now is not the same as then. Like
But what
life
has
is
what has
demanding.
changed?
Life is so demanding these days than those days. Like you're a woman, you're a man, but we all have a lot of things to push for. You get?
Okay, so I think we all have dreams.
We all have dreams. Like when you
We have
meet,
careers too. Yes.
and what is affecting us mostly nowadays is a lot of expectations. Expecting someone. If you, I don't know, sure. If you can't do something, if you can't do something for yourself, then you don't know how to do it for someone else. You meet someone who is like their life is a mess. They don't know how to love themselves, and you're expecting them to love you. Like,
No. That's where we go wrong.
Yeah.
So I think you're 100% right. The challenge is also we get into, but the people, however, we're not saying every part every is calling matter relationships, and this is what they do. My thought is, it is always important to get into a relationship. By that, it can actually be not love relationship. It can be any relationship with less expectations in this world. Sure. And we live longer and we live happily if we get disappointed from. We actually don't get disappointed. We feel like I expected that. I didn't expect nothing much. You know, so I think we get into relationships with higher expectations, more especially us girls and also the men these days.
Yeah.
You know, the man gets into a relationship expecting that I am marrying a saint. I am marrying this lady, she probably earns more money than me, so she needs to give me. There are men who want us to give them money, which is sad. Because honestly, how am I supposed to give a man money? I am not your mother, you know.
Is he your father?
He's not my father either. It's a company. We are partners. Yeah, we are partners, so we need to work together to get all these monies that we want. Don't expect me to mother you around, and I don't expect you to father me around. You know? We're getting into this. However, again, it doesn't take away that responsibility of you being a man and you man up. And partly I can be part of this partnership and we work together and we pay our bills together, right? Now, yeah, you as a man, that's why they say that you need to man up. There's something that you take a notch higher, and you're the father of the house. You're the home leader. You know that can never go away. That should never go away, because the expectations of this guy who has come into my life thinks, this chick works on radio. She has money. She will pay the bills. She will
And you see the funny.
And then on top of that, he expects me to be a saint to him. I should not wrong him. You know, he's very. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. But you see the funny bit about today, we are lucky to make your own decisions. You look for someone. Yeah, you meet yourselves, decide to do something together. No one is forcing you to do something. It's not a norm that, okay, you have grown up now, you have to marry this person. You choose each other. Why are we expecting a lot?
Why do I expect a saint that I will meet in my adult age?
I know.
We come from different backgrounds.
That have made to do something. It is sad that you meet someone that have had their lives. And now that you're doing their lives, you want their lives to change upside down.
I know, and that's very selfish of us as human. But that's human error. That you can't stay away from it. Everyone you meet, even in our workplaces, when we work with people, we expect them to be this way. It is human nature, but it's not right. You don't expect someone to be the way you want them to be. But also, I think where the challenge is when it comes to us women, we have a challenge. It is good that we have become financially independent. It is really nice that we make our own decisions. Yeah. It is important. We make our own decisions. We don't wait for men to make decisions for us and so on and so forth. But then also, I think we have lost most women, by the way, and those are working class. We have lost the other side of us Because you think you earn, because you think you're financially independent, you're going to tower order. You're going to order
You're
the man
not
around
allowing a man
to be a man. Exactly.
Yeah. Let the man be a
We
man.
need to
in
let
his home.
men be men.
Yeah.
But also for us not allowing men to be men, also the men have pulled out.
Yeah.
Because of the pressure.
Sometimes men are pushed to that.
I understand.
Yeah.
You see, like I said, when a woman is financially independent, some women, they become extremely different. They become arrogant. Some become arrogant. They lose the other side of women. It is common. And money rules, yeah. Money can change someone in a way they least expect them. So we lose the other side. We're not letting these men be men also in our lives. We want them to come in our lives and then also want to rule over them, which is hard.
You see,
a man is going to get bored.
It's interesting. Do you know how interesting it is for you to be a boss lady out there and you come home and you're down to earth?
That's what you should do. Yeah. It's your responsibility.
It is sexy.
When
nice.
When you get home, you take away all the bossiness. You calm down. If you're a queen, the crown goes down. You become a mother and a wife. Yeah. I think that's what it should be. But
give a man some peace.
Not entirely blaming us. I'm not entirely blaming women. I'm also thinking the men, the boys. Oh gosh, I think the right word. They will kill me, but it's okay. The boys of this. I call them boys because I don't think any man can do that. The men of these days have a lot of inferiority complex. A lot of inferiority complex. In that. Just the fact that the woman is outspoken, she's somewhere in society, yeah,
they're scared.
She is inferior. He has his fears. He has his low esteem. That also can push him away, Bambi. But I don't know what he's supposed to do. But again, it goes back to how they were raised. Raising a child.
No,
raising a man.
I think you're talking about men matters into boys. Like someone who, if you think me being a woman enough is a fear to you, you're just not man enough.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you need to man up.
Yeah, you're supposed to support me. You're supposed to feel proud of me because I'm doing everything I want to.
I take at your musingeko, you will be better than him. That's his worry.
And I'm submissive. No. And I'm this.
Then he's losing the other side of being a man in society. He feels by being a man, he should shout around. He should drive a bigger car than yours.
That's
you know?
not mad.
So yeah.
So women have. I appreciate the financial independence. By the way, it is very, very important that a woman makes their own money.
Yes.
Stand up on their grounds. Like if something
plans for
happens,
their own money.
Yeah. If something happens in the family, you can also do something to help your husband.
But have you seen those women who earn money and then at the end of the month they grab their money and give it to their men? Like me, I earn, my salary comes at the end of the month. I go to the bank, remove the money and say, baby, here is the money plan for it. What do you think of those women?
Why are you doing that?
Because the man has timid. She's very timid.
Those are the wife materials.
So aren't you wife material who is not giving out your money?
I should have quoted that wife material. That is not okay. I think you're not supposed to be with someone you fear in the first place. If I do that, then I'm scared that you.
I have not married my bad day.
Yeah,
I'm actually
my friend. I'm with someone I fear. I'm with someone I take as my king, and
I'm with someone who it's an obligation. I'm feeling an obligation in society that I have to be married and submissive. And the men who say if you don't give them your salary, you're not submissive. You're a rebellious woman. So we're supposed to carry our man and give it to them.
But that is not okay. Financial discipline is very important in a relationship.
It is 100%
for both of you.
Yes.
Not less expectations. First of all, a man knows their responsibility. So me, I believe I'm not one who will come and ask you for money. I need this much. So if you're a man and you feel like you're responsible, you should know I should take care of my girl like this. And if I can get you a gift, I can get you a gift. I can buy you something. But I don't see how my finances and yours are supposed to be one thing.
But you see, there's also this thing that when you marry, you become one. In that your finances should yours and his should be one. However, it's a different story for women. A man's money is our money. My money is my money.
How about this?
So when it comes to my money, it is my money. I make my own decision. But yours is for ours. All over.
Because you guys have married. You're going to have kids. You're going to have a family. How about when you marry? Decide to get maybe like 3 accounts. Get an account for investments. Get an account. Get insurance for your future kids.
But how much are you earning to have all these accounts for? How much are you earning?
Just 500. You're getting 100 from each of you. There is an account for that. At the end of the day, you just never know who is not going to be around.
True.
And
but
you have kids.
That's true. You need to have a lot of discipline in terms of finances. Yeah. So I think it is important that before you marry, you need to sit down. These are the things they take you through when you're doing counseling. I've never done one, but I'm assuming that's what they take you through. That when you go to church and you do pre-marriage counseling, that's what they tell you. They talk about your finances. Even my pastor talks about it a lot. They take you through those, how disciplined. Do you want to share an account? It's an agreement.
Do you know what a prenup is?
100%. So I talked about this on radio the other day. Do I think we will ever do what?
Do you think you will be in for like a prenup with someone?
Absolutely. That's where people are going to say you're taking away the African culture of saying that why should you sign up for a prenup? I talked about it the other day. It is very important. You know what a prenup is?
Yeah, I do.
It is very important that what you have, because things have changed. You see, marriage was a then would marry till death do us apart. These days we marry and we divorce, although it is not the intention.
Things happen.
No one has ever married to divorce. We all married to live together, but things along the way go south and we go separate ways. A prenup, I would advise a prenup. For most couples if they're interested. Because you see, before you marry a man, you have, like girls of these days, you have worked so hard. You own property. You own things that you've sweated for. Even men, But me, I would look more at a girl child. A girl child struggles to buy land, to probably build her empire. Then she meets a man when she's in her 30s. She has already built up something for herself. And this man, and she carries all her property and puts it in the man's hands. And then the man messes them up. So prenups are in order. For you to be on the safer side, you need to sign for a prenup.
When you guys
stay with what you have.
Has what they have.
It is important. Stay with what you have. I stay with what you found me with. Then the ones we will work together, those ones will be ours.
They belong to the family.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. But again, to families, when you marry a man and then you actually give an idea of a prenup and he goes back to his African family or his background, he tells his parents, my wife has asked me to do a prenup. You're a problem.
Yeah, of course. You're already looking at the negative.
Yes.
You're already thinking about divorce.
Which is not true.
That is not true. You're just protecting.
It's something that our society hasn't warmed up to. But it's something that we should warm up to, honestly. Yeah. Prenups are really good. They save us. They save a struggle after a divorce. They save you so many other things. One party should not get hurt. But,
Because there are also some women who get married to you because you're rich.
Yes.
And after some time, after that, they feel like accumulated something. After divorce, they can take half of what you have. And
that could be the agenda why I married you, because I wanted to divorce and get something.
So if you have a prenup, you stay with everything, and she goes with everything she also had. If she had nothing,
you part ways in peace. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with parting.
And that helps with co-parenting and everything. You stay friends. Okay. Let us leave this prenup issue before we get.
I know our society hasn't warmed up so much to prenup, so it's kind of tricky. But I think we should look out when we're talking to our lawyers before our marriages. We should look out.
I think I would really be in for prenup.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah. I wish I could find a partner who understands what prenups are.
Yeah. I think I make them understand. Anyway, what do you think we can borrow from those days and bring to our relationships now?
I think what we can borrow, what we should have borrowed, which has gone past the borrowing time, I don't know if we can. There are just a few things. We have less trust lately.
Yeah.
Why things are falling apart in relationships is we don't have enough trust for each other. There's a world that we have these days that was not there then. The world of social media, my friend, it is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, we're living in a very sick world, so I do not know how we can reverse that back. And that has led people to have less trust for partners.
Issues in relationships, and when they come out here, they're all perfect.
Yes, I mean, you look at a couple looking smiley, but it's all fake. I mean, it's all because of cameras, because of social media. We have to fake it, and that fakeness, which the people then didn't have, has led to a lot of failing relationships. A lot, you know, you cannot keep up. We cannot keep up with this fake world we're living in. And I think also we need to go back to knowing our places. Let a woman be a woman, which people then were.
Yeah.
A few things that we will adjust, of course. A woman then was not financially independent. The one today is financially independent, but still know your place.
Yeah.
Do not take that away. The fact that you have money should not take the woman in you. Be a woman. And also a man needs to keep.
A man in a man's home.
Thank you. So a man also keeps his place as a man. Be responsible. Be the head of the family the way it was designed then up to now. I think if we did that, then we'll bring back that trust issue. We have, let me tell you, then communication. People then communicated. Here there's a problem with communication.
You see,
someone is very annoyed at home, or they're annoyed, they all drive out and go to work. The next thing is how they're annoyed, they will go to their status before they come to their partner. So we have lost communication. That's the truth. We prefer communicating to social media than
we have failed to live in reality. I think that
a lot of fakeness is in around.
A lot of fakeness. Because those days, if you saw your man with another wife, you just know this is my wife. Yeah, we're doing this. Like she's moving in tomorrow.
Oh, please, that I won't take.
No, I'm not saying you're supposed to take it, but that is how it was. Like that is how real it is.
Oh yeah.
But now because a man can't show it, like it is. He's going to have another relationship for like 2 years and you never find out.
No, he's actually going to marry while you're in, which is going to leave you at home in the morning on Saturday like today. And he's going to go out and he introduces another woman that very day and he comes back in the evening.
You see?
That's
so
how
that
the world.
How unreal life is. If you're tired of me, like why can't you just come and communicate? I think I found someone else. That is how it used to be.
Yeah.
These days. This is another woman. We're going
embrace
to
that person together. Or not? Yes. You know? So we have lost communication. There's a lot of trust that we're living a lot of fake life and social media. But it's the peer pressure of social media. It's the pressure. That's why people live that kind of fake life. Yeah. We want to keep up, but in reality, it is not even there.
Yeah, so I don't know about our viewers what you think about relationships then and now, but I wish we had all day. We don't. This is all the time we had for you guys. You're watching The Remedy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jules, you have last words for the viewers? That
they should keep watching AET TV. They should subscribe. Please go subscribe. Yeah? Did I say that? And subscribe, and share. Share these stories.
These guys, I don't know if you don't lose any money when you subscribe.
Sure, you don't. Yeah. You just have to go, the word ticket, that thing, and you subscribe.
Don't lose data, you don't lose anything.
So subscribe, go to social media platforms of AET TV and maybe my personal social media platform, the Radio Chic. You know that Twitter is the Radio Chic, Facebook is the Radio Chic. Yeah, and then also listen to Cruise FM every morning.
Thank you so much for watching The Remedy. I hope you and Jules gave you at least a word of advice, but what I forget, at least a word or two from a counselor. So please stay tuned. I'm going to leave you with this video. A few things about relationships then and now, maybe, and also you. Please share something. What do you think about relationships about then and now? Let us listen to Queen.
You're watching AET TV, empowering you.
I'm called Murungi Priscilla Queen, a counseling psychologist. I'm a mentor. I'm a trainer, a researcher, and on the other hustle, I also do some little business. Yeah, that's what I can talk about myself. And today, we want to look at relationships. We want to compare the relationships of long time ago and the current relationships, and where we are heading as times are moving. So for today, we are looking at what people are seeing as love, as dating, and even courtship. It has not been an easy journey. From the research I have made, we want to see what people considered long time ago. There we can consider our mothers, our parents, what they went through in a relationship. So basically we are comparing the two, and today and where we are heading. Now, dear viewers, as I explained the topic, this is what we are talking about in this very morning. It has been a mess from the people I've interacted with on a daily basis. It is really a mess. When we talk about love, love is very different from marriage, because there's a difference between love, there's a difference between marriage, there is a difference between courtship and even dating. Nowadays, it is really a mess. You find the internet, the social media has brought in a lot of confusion. Some people are dating on social media where it is really funny. You find someone is getting in love with someone they don't even know. Someone is on WhatsApp, on Facebook. Can you imagine? On Facebook and these dating sites, they are getting people they don't even know. And eventually they are together. I can't really get it, but for the kind of love we are talking about here, we want to see our mothers, how they did it, our parents long time ago, how they did it. This was a kind of bondage. We had cultural issues. We were seeing the families get together, find partners for their loved ones, for their children. We are finding people are respecting these family bondings. People were respecting the background of different families coming together and talking about love. But now, as we see a lady or a gentleman, they meet in a bus going from Barara to Kampala. That is a 5-hour drive. And someone is here talking about love. And you wonder, when they are moving, someone is talking about, can we have a cup of coffee when we reach in Kampala? Can we do this and this? And eventually these people are cohabiting. Eventually they are staying together, and that is not love. We want to see long time ago what happened and what is happening currently. When I was talking about love with some other old people that I've met, because I've done some little research about this, people used to fear even standing with each other. They used to fear, and they respected elders in this journey. One, we had cultural issues. Two, we had respect for families, and even respect for the elderly people. And here two families could sit down and agree. And then they could build each other, they could build these these children together. And as time goes by, you find they're into something that is leading into marriage. That was one. Two, people used to write letters to each other as people who loved each other. They could write, and a letter to travel from Kampala to Masaka, or from Masaka to Barara. It was a journey. Someone could sit and write their feelings, how they felt about each other. Someone could really they could long to see each other in a space of time. It was not like today. Today we see someone is seeing someone on Facebook. There is even this video calling. You're video calling someone. Someone is in Dubai and you're here in Mbarara or Kampala, and you're video calling someone, and you express feelings. I don't really find that as love. It could be fantasy, or it could be some other infatuation. We call it infatuation. But on this point of view, we want to see love in its basics. We want to see love in its basics, and then What type of love are we talking about? We are talking about love from the heart. We're not talking about love from first sight. You've seen someone and then you're running with this person into a relationship. Relationships of long time ago, they were in order. These days, there is no order. There is a very big generation gap. You find even a young person getting into intimate, is getting into intimate with an old person like the father. And you wonder what is taking place in that type of relationship. One, there is a generation gap. We have also seen internet. Internet has messed it up. The dating sites all over, around, it is also a mess. We have also seen there is no respect. People now value money more than even love. If someone is, for example, if someone has a very nice career, like a lawyer, like a doctor, and they get into in touch with someone who is maybe a teacher, those people are, they don't, if they don't agree in marriage, if they don't agree in what they are going to do for the very first time if they meet, these things need communication, effective communication. These things need bonding. These times there's no bonding. Someone has met someone in a function, in a party, and they are together. They are getting together, and which is not going to yield in a very beautiful marriage ahead. Now, what are we saying? We are saying in these times we need to come out with some, we need to come up with mentorships for young people. For example, young people need to go into pre-marital counseling. People need to go into counseling and they get to understand, if I'm going to bond with someone, what am I supposed to do? If I have a relationship, if I'm in school, is this relationship about marriage? Is it about schooling? Is it about reading together these books? What is it? If they have feelings, I'm not talking about this infatuation thing that very many adolescents are going into. Adolescents are getting into a very funny infatuation relationship. But here, I'm talking about if someone has feelings and they are ready for marriage or they are ready to bond, what exactly should be done? This is what we are saying. Now, we've even started going into schools and talking about this. We've even started going into families and talking about this, because we have seen divorces coming up, we have seen separation coming in these funny times. But now here, we want to deal with marriage and love in a different scenario. This is what we're going to do. Let's sit down and agree with people that are into this relationship. If there are two people at a time and they want to bond, have they really sat together and agreed on certain um, circumstances they're going to go through? Have they talked about their lives as they're going into marriage? Have they really talked about their family backgrounds? People need to have a history. If you have a history where you're coming from, because everyone belongs to a family here. So if you have a history where you're coming from, even the other party has a history. They have backgrounds where they are coming from. People should learn to bond. Here we are saying you have to sit together as two partners. If this is a gent and a lady, sit together and agree. If it is a career, where are your careers taking you? Where are your families taking you? If it is an issue of finances, how are you going to handle finances when you get into marriage? How are you going to handle family or relatives or other colleagues of yours if you're getting into this marriage we are talking about this morning? So, in between, you have to see that there is a journey you have to take before you get into love, before you get into a relationship, before you get into something that is going to take your whole life in this relationship. Let's not go into internet. This marriage is not about internet. It is not about reading books. People think if you read and read, then you understand the other party, what they are feeling. No, this is about feelings that we are talking about. This is about um, the spiritual, even we are talking about spiritual affairs. You need to know if this party is a Catholic or this party is a Protestant. Now you're coming together. Which affiliation are you going to go to? You need to know the careers you're taking. If this party is either a musician or a lawyer, or they're having certain careers they're handling in their lives, what are you going to do now that you've come into this person's life? Don't um, this this grade, we call it disgrading, like you putting someone down. Someone has an ambition in life and you're saying, no, me, I cannot date you because you're this, because you're a musician, because you're this and that. No, you need to sit together and walk a journey. If you've decided to really walk a journey with someone, then sit together and agree. In today's relationships, there is no communication. This is what I've found out. There is no communication. We don't say that you should get on your phone and then you text a message. No, you need to sit down and dialogue and have a dialogue. The reason why families are breaking up, I've come to realize that people don't talk. Someone is just boiling inside. People are not talking to each other. Even if they are sleeping in the same house, they are not talking to each other. We need effective communication between partners, between people who are in love. Because when you're talking together, you find there is something that we call um, effective communication. If there is effective communication, then love will flow. Now, as we wind up this session, there are 5 languages. I've come to realize that people don't know the 5 languages of love. Dear viewers, we have 5 languages of love. One, we have a language that says quality time. If you have your partner out there, or if you're planning to have a relationship that is fulfilling, that is going to yield results, you have to have quality time with this person. If you've gone through a certain bonding together, if you've had fun, if you're really seeing this person to go to another level, then there is what we call quality time. Give quality time to this person in terms of communication, in terms of being together, in terms of handling things together. You need quality time. That is love language number 1. Then love language number 2, we have touch. I am not saying that you go and touch people anyhow, publicly. No. If you have someone you love, there is what we call physical touch. Touch this person, hug this person. I mean, have a feeling of really, really this person. You're really bonding with this person at some time. Then that is the second love language I can say. Then we also love language number 3, which is acts of service. There are things you do for someone and someone sees that there is love. There are very many characters of people. People have different characters. Some don't talk. There are some people who don't express their love through talking, but they can do things and you see, oh wow, this person really loves me. So it's an act of love, and we call it acts of service. That is love language number 3. Love language number 4, we have sharing and receiving of gifts. Some people, they express their love through sharing and receiving. So if you give a gift really on these different times, different events, uh, we have these Valentines, we have very many events going around. And if you really share your love, and we even see it that even in the Bible, people shared gifts. We even see it long time ago. Our parents used to share gifts. We don't want to put it on another level, but have something to share with your loved one. And that is love language number 5. And love language number 6, um, some people love moving out. Some people love moving out and expressing their love through moving out, with other family, you move out with family, you move out with friends, you move out with, but there is a bondage, and that bondage, we can give it a name that it is a love language, which we can share with other people. So basically, if you get those 5 love languages and you really fill them into, you cannot move all the 5 love languages, but you can choose 2, you can choose 1 or 3, and then you find yourself a relationship is getting to the level that it has to be. And above all, of course, we have God, and God can be there. Don't just move anyhow in this relationship, but just have God, and you pray that let this partner be the best in my life. Thank you so much, dear viewers. We hope to meet some other time. Thank you.